And we are back. Another episode of Chris Hates Everything. I am your host, Chris. And what the F are we hating on today? Before we get into anything else, we want to start this off with another episode of just women complaining about men for seemingly no reason. Let's go.
Me bringing that up is to go back to your question. I'm not saying that male friendships are an issue. So let's make that clear. I love the fact that men can go to each other, but I do not think that men use their friendships as much as they could. A friendship bond between two men should be stronger.
Majority of men don't talk about real life things amongst themselves. Like, you guys
Are you in real men conversation?
So yeah, that's another episode of women complaining about men for seemingly no reason. Shout out to the Daily Wrap Up crew on Instagram. They got a lot of good stuff on there. Anyway, been away for a long time. You know, niggas was sick and stuff like that. Niggas went to Cancun, and it was I'm never going to Cancun again. Shout out to the people out there in Cancun, the place we stayed at. It was cool, but we're never doing that shit again. We're never doing that shit again. Ugh. You know, we are a tropical people, but not like that. Not like that. Everything was fucking wet, nigga. Everything was wet. The whole room was wet. Humid. Stuff like that. Food was terrible. But I saw a bunch of white people, what did they do? Like a fucking, you know, the people who worked at the spot we was at showed them how to do some type of dance and stuff like that. And that was actually terrible. I think I have a video of it. If I do, it'll be right here. So yeah, but we're never doing that shit again. But yeah, shout out to the Cancun people. They were really nice. So as we move into the end of the year, Thanksgiving is around the corner, and you know, blessings to you and your family if you celebrate that holiday. I guess I think we only celebrate it for the food aspect, not necessarily the historical aspect and stuff like that. White people stole some land from the Indian people, and invited them back to a feast and probably murdered them all. That's probably not the right way to. That's probably not how it went. But we're playing with the facts. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, motherfuckers. I don't understand what the internet's obsession is with Joe Budden, right? I look up to the guy from a podcast standpoint because I'm a huge fan. Been a fan of him since he came out and stuff like that. Didn't really care for a lot of the music because the nigga could rap, but he just rapped those terrible beats. Like I'll just say that, But I wasn't a Pump It Up fan. I was more of a Focus fan. That was the better song to me. And a lot of my friends, we fuck with Joe. As he moved into the podcast space, life has got a little bit has gotten tricky. What I don't understand is about this about this Cassie and Diddy shit is why are my timelines flooded with you cretins wanting to know about what Joe thinks about all of this? This nigga is not the only nigga close to Puff. Cameron and Mace on fucking on TV every fucking day. Y'all niggas ain't hitting them niggas up with shit. It's just fucking crazy. It tells me that, just like they said that Joe moves the needle. Joe is he like God to y'all niggas, to y'all content creators. Like he is. And I don't look at him like that. He's just a regular dude to me. But I'm more on the sense of I'm not really defending whatever Joe says. I didn't even see the show yet. But from what I've been reading online, people really, it feels like people really hold his opinion in high regard. But I think they only hold it in a high regard to just kind of just tear it down. Like, we're going to prop you up because we really want to hear what you have to say, but we also are going to tear down every single thing you say and or do until you tell us what we want to hear, I guess. It's a fucking weird obsession. A lot of you, I can't even call you like fans of this nigga. Like it's actually disgusting and it's unbecoming. And there's a lot of men talking like leading these discussions and stuff like that. They're not even like caping for Cassie or shitting all over Puff. It's just what Joe didn't say, what Joe didn't do. Why isn't he saying anything? Why is he saying anything? Well, who gives a shit? You know, that's just my take on it. Niggas act like Joe was in the room with these niggas, you know, eating fucking chocolate cake and milk and shit like that. Like, it's fucking crazy, you know. And then they bring up his allegations too, you know, which comes out maybe 6 times a year. They'll say that Joe was an abuser. Somebody will say that, and there'll be conversations about that. It's so fucking crazy the obsession that they have with Joe from a real negative standpoint. It's only for negative things. It's not like, you know, Taylor Swift might have, you know, positive and negative shit about her, you know, but there's positive stuff and there's clearly negative stuff. But with Joe, it's like he's only propped that so high because of just negativity, and I think that's really fucking interesting. I think it's really interesting how they just do that with that one person. It's really fucking interesting, and it's really weird too when you see a bunch of people doing that. Like they're moving like zombies and shit. They're moving all in unison. You know, when you see people moving in unison on Twitter, and it's really weird too when you see a bunch of people doing that. Like they're moving like zombies and shit. They're moving all in unison. You know, when you see people moving in unison on Twitter, it's like, does it feel coordinated? Like, you know, is it just, you know, we shit on Joe week again or whatever like that? Also something that comes up 6 times a year. Because every time I see this nigga, when I see this nigga trending, and I watch the fucking show, right? I've been watching the show on Patreon for almost 2 years. So if I randomly see him trending, it'll never be much for, it'd be for what he said on the show, but it'd be taken out of fucking context and shit like that. You know how that shit go. But regardless of how Joe feels about Puff and the Cassie situation, I don't really care about that. That doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really move me. If he's telling me to take everything he say, you know, like with a grain of salt because they have a disclaimer at the front. Like, what the motherfucker am I supposed to believe anyway? Like, why am I believing what this man say about anything? It's entertainment at the end of the day. You know, playing with the facts, it's cool. But but Twitter's obsession with his opinion is really like, is fucking crazy, especially in a case like this where someone is alleging that they was assaulted in a bunch of different ways. Like, I don't see anything pro Cassie. I don't even see anything anti-Puff. It's just Joe. Shit fucking crazy. You know, fuck those people. No, I'm just kidding. No, not fuck those people. What? Fuck those people. Anyway, there's a reason why I don't give a fuck about Ukraine or what's happening with Israel and the Hamas jerks. I won't call them jerks. I don't even know who the fucking good guy, bad guy is. So I'm not gonna even fucking say anything. But the reason why, as a black guy, I don't give a fuck about any of that shit is because I am a black man in America. Like, I'm a black man in America. I can't really say too much about what's going on. I really can't say what's going on. I can't really say or feel strongly about what's going on in a different country when the people who look like me was put through like some shit like this.
Happened since the dismantling of the Jim Crow laws. We've had a 700% increase in our prison population. We've gone from 300,000 inmates to as high as 2.3 million. Now, I do believe we're back down to about 1.8 million today. We had the law and order agenda, which was an increase in police spending and a decrease in school funding, which created the school to prison pipeline.
Yeah, so y'all can see what he getting at. So yeah, that's why I don't really give a fuck about none of that shit going on in those other countries, because I don't give a shit. My country fucking hates people who look like me. Like, there's a disdain for us as a whole, and it goes back to a lot of shit. So, yeah, carry on, carry on, carry on. Thoughts and prayers to those who are going through tragedies and stuff like that. But I can't be like, oh yeah, you know, go them or go they. You know, that's fucked up with what they doing over there in Ukraine. I can't be like that. I can't be like that. You know, not with this shit going on, nigga. You know what my last name is. Nigga. Stop playing with me. Anyway, what's next? Faboulous came out. His first album came out in 2001, I believe. September 11th, 2001, Ghetto Faboulous comes out. And, you know, it birthed the star, right? And this nigga could always fucking dress, right? On top of being a guy who can really rap, make actual songs too, he can really fucking dress. Like, he you know, throughout his whole career, you know, the nigga had a good fashion sense and stuff like that. So that was always cool, you know, because I kind of grew up with this nigga's music. You know, I was 18 when he first dropped, you know, 40 now. So yeah, you just look at it. But now it's like, this nigga, I don't know what the fuck is up with this nigga. Look at this nigga. Shout out to Rich Guy XX on fucking Instagram. Go follow that nigga so the nigga won't shoot me or some shit. I don't know if these niggas are real or not.
You know, I brought a closet to bro for his birthday. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
You were too clean for this shit. This nigga got what? You niggas get mad fucking rich and just start just drifting off into fucking space with how you dress. Like, Hit Boy is another one of them niggas too. Hit Boy, he make fucking fire ass beats, and him and his father have been putting out great music over the last year. And, you know, he always got his son with him and shit like that. You see 3 generations right there in front of you. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. That shit is dope. But same with that nigga. Like, he be looking fucking crazy too. Like, this nigga got on the flared bell bottoms. I hate it.
Los, the biggest, Rockstar Jeans. We went Life of a God for the Crow. Brandon Lee, you know what I mean? I'm going to show y'all the back of that motherfucker to say, right? If I get rid of my...
Yeah, tutorial on how to grip, how to step. You see the slow pace? That's he's stepping right now. This.
No, you guys got fat looking fucking face. All right, just looking fuck. I gotta stop. Y'all gotta chill the fuck out.
Hey man,
y'all gotta chill the fuck out. And the third one was even more egregious. We're not gonna even do that to my man Fat. Like, we already did it to him a little bit, pause. But that shit, that nigga looks fucking crazy. We're not doing that shit. We're not fucking doing that. Money has ruined fashion. That's what it was. Money has ruined fucking fashion. They need to look extra fucking rich. Got you guys looking crazy in questionable outfits. Fucking crazy, man. I hate you niggas. I don't hate you niggas, but Fab, put some music out. Like, no, put an album out, an EP or some shit like that. Put some music out. We need some niggas out here who can really rap, you know, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, wait, that's not a different story. I listen to elite lyricism. Like, hold on, let me change the motherfucking camera. Hold on. I listen to elite lyricism, right? I listen to niggas who can rap really motherfucking good. I say that to say, what do you think that 6-pack from Drake did for me? And y'all niggas saying that nigga was really rapping. And I'm just like, okay. This is what y'all think is really rapping, see? I get it. It's hateful. It's shameful. It's really it's shameful to me. Drake makes really good music. Like, to me, he's not necessarily a rapper. He's a guy who makes music who happens to know how to rap. but he's not like the Griselda guys. He's not like the Ransoms. He's not like the 38 Specials. He's not like the J Skis. He's not like the Sky Zoos. Like he's not that. You know, he's something else. He's transcended that. So that little 6-pack did absolutely nothing for me. And Cole still smoked him. But not on the other shit that did. Not on the other shit from the 6-pack. I don't know. I didn't even like that song. Like, no. He smoked him on the first person shooter. Yeah. Shit fucking crazy. We gotta stop putting the rapper label on Drake. Like, it's over with. Like, he makes really good music. You know. Take that for what you want to take it, but that's just what it is. You know. And he's been making good music consistently, so there's no reason for us, because at first I was of the mindset of I want an actual rap album from Drake. Less singing, less bullshitting, but just an actual rap album. But I think we probably had him pegged wrong all along. This nigga's an artist. This nigga has shown us much more than just rapping. I'm shooting him some bail right now. He's shown us that he's much more than just a rapper. And I think at his core, he's a guy who makes music. You know, I was a rapper, you know, but I didn't make music, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't make any music. I just made rap songs. I mean, which is music, but I'm just rapping on the shit. They're not like cohesive. There's no hooks, no bridges. You know, none of that shit. Pre-choruses, choruses, none of that shit on there. I'm not experimenting in different genres and shit. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm just fucking rapping. You know, there's a difference between that. So we had to stop holding him in such high regard as a rapper. We shouldn't have to do that. Like, he's left that. So that's just my 2 cents on that. I went totally left on that, but who gives a fuck? Anyway,